أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي واجعلني وزيرا من أهلي هارون أخي واشدد به أزري واشركه في أمري كي نسبحك كثيرا ونذكرك كثيرا إنك كنت بنا بصيرا رب إني لما أنزلت إلي من خير فقير لا إله إلا أنت سبحانك إني كنت من الظالمين اللهم بارك لنا في رجب وشعبان وبلغنا رمضان وصلى اللهم على محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين والحمد لله رب العالمين. Welcome everyone. Inshallah, we'll continue with the fruits of belief, the 11th ray, 7th topic. A lot of things we discussed. From last time, I remember the example of the coconuts, the coconut tree. How the example he was making, the argument that the philosophy and they have to go through the whole universe to disprove something, but there's, what is this, software update, cancel. Yeah, so the philosophy and then what the investigative scholars have agreed on the rule on condition that it is inherently possible. We spoke about the word inherently possible. Based on the observations and the science that we see, it perfectly makes sense to the human feelings and to what the messengers are bringing, what the saints are claiming, following those same footsteps, and what the scriptures are also bringing into us. And so the denials would be very expensive. You have to really disprove such kind of claims that there's no such thing as hereafter or eternal happiness. And I'll just read the paragraph before, just because we kind of wrapped it up very quickly last time. So, in consequence of this definite truth, while the opposing ideas of thousands of philosophers should not cast the slightest doubt or even suspicion on even a single truthful report concerning the questions of belief. Concerning the questions of belief. You may understand what a lunacy it is to fall into doubt at the denials of a handful of philosophers who, concerning the pillars of belief, understand no further than their eyes see, have no heart, are blind, and have grown distant from spiritual matters. Basically, that's what I think the belief aspects, because one can talk about the material, describe all those things, which the material philosophers are doing. But nobody talks about the soul and the spirit that human beings has in this world, day and age right now. Although there has been some attempt with the mindfulness movements, but it's still limited to this world. There's no concept of how that existence of the spirit soul is not there. It's still attributed to your function of your brain somewhere. For the pillars of faith have been agreed upon. The pillars of faith have been agreed upon by 120,000 expert scholars and truthful reporters with their positive assertions, and innumerable specialists. So they're specialists in the field of reality and investigative scholars. So there are many kinds of scholars, but there are some that are investigative scholars. One scholars would be just repeating what they heard, but confirming and then investigating and then sharing that as investigative scholars.
we understand that it depends on how human beings are defined.
How,
Materialist ideology or approach defines human beings as consisting of body,
mhm,
and everything is all the human feelings, emotional side, also the result of bodily actions. So for them, there is, of course, there is no hereafter.
mhm,
Why? They don't see the bodily existing of hereafter.
mhm.
You cannot see, for example, like a star, like a galaxy, so that this is the hereafter. No. Yeah, it is ridiculous as laughed at.
Yeah.
It's laughable
Statement, yeah.
But on the other hand, hereafter, when somebody says, I believe in the necessity of the existence of the hereafter,
Mhm,
he means there must be such thing because my human side necessitates it. But materialist people say there is no human side. There is only matter, body.
Even the human side is reduced to matter, whatever the human side that they.
Yeah, it is reduced to matter.
Mhm.
So for them, because of their definition, they cannot believe in the hereafter. Definition of a human being,
Mhm,
actually definition of existence. Existence consists of matter only, not the meaning in the way that the matter comes into existence. They don't see the meaning. They deny the meaning. Yes, they openly deny the meaning in the existence of the universe. So it is very simple to understand why they don't believe in the hereafter, why they don't believe in the creator. Because they want to see the creator in the form of a matter. They want to see the hereafter in the form of a matter. Not because human logic, human feelings necessitate it. They deny it. So it's understandable that we don't expect them to believe in any of these, believe in God or angels, or because their definition of, from the very beginning, their definition of human being is completely corrupt, reductionist. So if you how do you say, do your button of the what do you call this buttons?
Shirt.
Shirt.
Yeah.
Wrong. Afterwards, how articulate you are in putting the
Adjusting.
buttons perfectly, rightly. Then you say that, look, how perfect formulas and equations I wrote. It works. But the starting point is wrong. So, I mean, there's no need to argue with these people about hereafter or God, anything. We can just draw their attention. Maybe we can talk to them saying, are you sure the human beings consist of, are you sure you yourself consist of body only? Your intelligence, your intellect, your consciousness, your conscience,
feelings.
For example, your feelings, as a human being, not necessarily your emotions. Maybe you have your emotions, but it may be affected by some way deviated through outside factors. But you don't accept that human beings have body, and it is not very significant to be a human being to have a body. Animal is a body, but what makes me, not my body, a human being, not my body, my other side, feelings, intelligence. So, do you feel yourself another kind of living being, animal? Even animals, insects, cannot be affected by the outside world. Dog is always dog. If you keep a dog from the very first day of its birth, in a let's say in a chicken hen cage. It grows with the hens. Can it be affected with the behavior of the hens? Or if it grows, it starts catching and eating the hens. Which one?
So it remains,
Never change.
keeps its quality.
Where is the effect of the environment? And then the effect will remain in the DNA. And the cat is always cat. But even they cannot change the instinct of human animals. They deny their instincts, a separate entity, but not matter, because they don't believe in anything other than matter. That is why they are bound to deny God. That is why they are bound to deny hereafter. That is why they are bound to deny God is speaking to prophets. And another perspective, there is another perspective of understanding the universe, existence, human being. Impossible. They block the way from the beginning. We have to understand that we shouldn't argue with them whether they should believe in God or not. What is your definition of existence? First, what is your definition of a human being? What is your definition of animals? How do you define it? The animals developed, the dog became so ridiculous. You can just say they go to hell, man. I'm not going to speak to you. They say the animals developed according to the adjusting themselves to environment in the influence of the adaptations and the survival of
The fittest.
They have a principle of survival of the fittest. So dogs developed in this way, cats develop. They are living in the same atmosphere, man. What are you talking about? As I always think, the forest. How many kinds of animals live in a forest? Do they have a common point at all?
No, all different.
Yeah. Worms always were. I don't know. Frogs are always frogs. Well, what is that? Rabbit is always rabbit. Ants are always ants. What are you talking about? Under the influence of, they are living and they have been existing in the same atmosphere for centuries. What are you talking about? So nonsense. Sorry. I'm disappointed with these people's insistence on denial of human reality. Not necessarily denial of God. I don't care whether he believes or not, but he denies my reality and says that you are stupid, you believe in something which is not real, God or hereafter. Insults me.
Yeah.
Sorry. I'm excited a bit. Yeah.
Reminds me of your Wednesday discussion when you were saying also about even right now, Muslim community is also engaged with a lot of these things, like their
because of
worldly kind of affairs and
because of our center of interest is also shifting towards materialism.
Yeah,
because we have to understand anybody, me, if I start giving priority to my worldly benefits, worldly life, worldly concern only, forget about the eternal life, forget about my reality, what happens? My understanding of religion also starts shifting into materialist interpretation of religion. Why? That is the order of creation. Whatever you deserve, God gives you accordingly. Your tendency, what are you looking for? Are you looking for the truth, or are you looking really or focusing yourself on your worldly benefits only in your life, or primarily give the religion as a cultural element in your life, you have to lose it. Yeah, that is the order of the universe, God's decision. Whatever you deserve, God gives you accordingly. That's what we understand. Whatever you sow, you reap.
So shall you reap.
Yeah, the result of that seed. Now we have to be very careful.
So like
What our priority should be.
Like the Quran says, whatever man strives for, he gets. Man gets whatever he strives for.
Yes, strives for.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's correct. That's the law of the creation of God. That is justice.
The way the order works. And
God doesn't favor anyone. If I don't deserve something, God will give me, forget about it. It is against justice. That's why I shouldn't ask for God, please God favor me for something that I don't deserve. No, I can present it, but I cannot ask God what I don't deserve.
That's interesting. What I don't deserve.
Yeah, but I have to admit that I'm in need. You give me, that is different. Only you give me. I acknowledge it and I'm presenting my need to you. Is different from expecting God to create something that I don't deserve. But prayer is the way of deserving. Because acknowledgement. Well, your face said there's a question. That was the answer to your question. Okay.
Okay. Do you have anything?
I just wanted some elaboration on I don't get what I don't deserve, but if I confess my need.
Yeah, that is what you deserve. You admit it and only God provides it. Not you cannot. That's your reality. It means you really admit your reality before God. You deserve it. That is why prayer is very effective to God, but not a bargain. Prayer must be properly done, not in the form of a bargain. Presentation, what you need, admission, and accepting that or being aware that you need it. That is different. That makes you deserve. For example, if someone comes and knocks at your door and says that, look, I have been hungry for a whole day. I didn't eat anything. Can you please give me a piece of bread? Now he deserves to get one. Acknowledge that. Present, understood? That's why prayer is completely different from the way the order of the universe works. We shouldn't be confused two things. Inshallah.
Prayer is different from.
Always pray to God.
It should fall within the order of the universe.
Yeah, as far as the order is concerned, we follow the order. But the order says, if you need anything, acknowledge only me can provide it for you. And knock at my door and present that you need food, I can give you. That is the order. That's why the prophetic explanation saying that giving sadaqah to charity gives also blessings to your life. Let's put it in this way. Expands your life. What does it mean? But while you are giving charity, whatever you have extra, you are acknowledging that this property doesn't belong to me. So you say, okay, that belongs to God. So God says, oh, that's correct. I will reward this. That is God's sunnah. That's the way He creates, order in this world. So we shouldn't reduce the order of the existence in the physical order of the universe. It is not only physical order of the universe. Our relationship with God is different dimension of our spiritual connection. This is bodily connection, yes. Bodily connection with the universe is, yes, whatever I do, I get it. No more, no less. That is Allah, God's promise. But spiritual connection is different. It is directly to God. You are not saying, please God, create me an amount of $1 million in a purse, give it to me. Doesn't. But give me blessings in my actions. Yeah. That is the spiritual side of matter, blessing. You cannot physically show it, but result is you are prosperous, comfortable in your life. And you find something created for you unexpectedly. That is something else. Okay? And it is not our subject. Our subject is definitions must be correctly made. That is our subject. If the definition is wrong, everything which follows
Is wrong.
inevitably should be wrong, will be wrong.
If the premise is
Yes.
wrong, then whatever conclusions
That's-
are bound to be wrong. Let's continue with the next one. Also, we see with our own eyes as clearly as daylight, both in ourselves and all around us, a comprehensive mercy and all-embracing wisdom and constant bestowal of grace. So we experience that, we see with our own eyes, and it's clear how we are comprehensive mercy and all-embracing wisdom and constant bestowal of grace. Constant. It's not, we may think that, oh, mercy has stopped on me, but it's a constant bestowal of grace. We observe too the traces and manifestations of an awesome sovereignty of dominicality, a precise and lofty justice, a precise and lofty justice, and a proud and glorious governance or government.
We see it in the meaning of existence,
Meaning of
not
existence.
in the matter, but meaning of the existence of matter in the way it exists demonstrates that this is a comprehensive mercy. Out of mud, you get perfect, pure vegetable, fruit, animal life. Pure.
It's amazing.
But where it is coming from? Dirt. And also some fertilizer, which is the most horrible side of. So see, more fertilizer, the better the result is. God is demonstrating us, you understand? God is demonstrating us that, look, you see that the more, the worst thing you hate, out of it, I can make a beautiful pomegranate for you. It is miraculous. That is mercy. But for the stupid materialists, what happened? A chemical reaction. Of course, it doesn't mean anything. There is no mercy. Chemical reaction, physical things. Yeah, definition is very important.
Yeah.
Yes.
Human conditioning with chemical reactions.
I mean, we should not laugh, we should cry for them, we should be pity for them. Sorry, they are wasting their time.
Yeah. Indeed, the wisdom which attaches instance of wisdom to a tree, to the number of its fruits and flowers, and the mercy which bestows bounties and favors on every human being, to the number of his faculties, members, and feelings, and the proud yet glorious justice which deals blows at rebellious peoples like those of Noah, Hud, and Salih, peace be upon them, and the Ad, Samud, and people of Pharaoh, and protects the rights of the least living being and the worse.
These are the examples given in the Quran. It's obvious, everybody knows it, but we have to understand that we don't know who Samud was. Yeah, Pharaoh was, we don't know. But we have to see the characteristics.
How they're defined.
All these description of the Quran in the people around us. Yeah. For example, materialistic,
Mhm.
for just simple example, attitude is represented in the Quran, Pharaoh. Everything in matter. Show me God. Build me a long tower so that I will reach out into the sky and see God there. Look at this stupid idiot guy.
That's the attitude, yeah.
So wants to see God in the form of matter. He doesn't see anything but matter. That is the symbol of materialism. Who? Pharaoh. For example, the others are symbol of something as obstinacy. Some of them really worldly concerns, personal benefits. Some of them is status in the society. I don't want to lose my status in the society. Every prophetic example in the Quran is one side of human beings represented in the best way by the prophet, in the worst way by the opponents, rejectors of the prophet.
Mhm.
You can see them make a comparison. What was the reason for them not to accept it? So what was the prophet saying? So we have to make the judgment and see, if I took this way, I will be ruined. Because all these people in the Quran are described as ruined people. But not necessarily that we have to see their relics of their ruins, but we have to understand that the Quran is saying, if you follow this way, you will destroy your human side and you will ruin your human side. Materially, you may be alive, but you cannot be a human being anymore. You start living like an animal, living being, it means, not human being. So
Animate.
we have to understand these Quranic examples. What are we going to do with them? Apply them to our real life. Inshallah.
Inshallah. And among his signs is this, that heaven and earth stand by his command. Then when he calls you by a single call, from the earth, behold, you straightway come forth. Quran, section 30, verse 25.
So we don't see God, his signs.
His signs, yeah,
Yeah.
among his signs is this.
Yeah.
The-
We see his signs. Signs means reading the meaning in the existence.
by a single call from the earth, behold, you straightway come forth. All state the following with a majestic conciseness. Just as at the summons of their commander and the sound of a bugle.
Look, what is it?
A horn or bugle.
Horn.
Yeah.
I don't.
I don't know.
Horn.
I don't know. What do you call that?
And a
Or a
blast of voice or
trumpet, yeah. Where you announce something, or
Loudspeaker.
loudspeaker. Yeah, mashallah. The disciplined soldiers stationed in 2 barracks spring to arms and their duties. So whenever the bugle call of Israfil, peace be upon him, summons those lying in death is the vast heavens and in the earth, which are like two Bismillah, which are like two
Can you not read it?
no.
Yeah.
Bismillah. From the What's going on? Bismillah. Justice. Like our two tongue.
So do you have a problem on screen?
No, it's okay. No. I'm just seeing what's going on. Do you want to?
Just as the summons of their commander, just as at the summons of their commander and the sound of the bugle, the disciplined soldiers stationed in 2 barracks spring to arms and their duties. So whenever the bugle call of Israfil, peace be upon him, summons those lying in death in the vast heavens and in the earth, which are like 2 orderly barracks for the soldiers of the pre-eternal monarch, obedient to his command, they will immediately don the uniforms of their bodies and rise up. So just as the summons of their commander and the sound of the bugle, the disciplined soldiers stationed in 2 barracks spring to arms and their duties. So whenever the bugle call of Israfil, peace be upon him, summons those lying in death in the vast heavens and the earth, which are like 2 orderly barracks for the soldiers of the pre-eternal monarch, obedient to his command, they will immediately don the uniforms of their bodies and rise up. I have no idea what's being spoken about.
I think this example of this bugle, or I don't know the word, the trumpet, is the order of the Creator. Order of the Creator, which says the verse says, it's explaining the verse, the verse of the Quran. So it says, and among, we have to understand the verse first. Among his signs is this. How do we know that everything is under his order? There are signs. You look at the way they are created. Then what are these signs? This, that heaven and earth stand by his command, because heaven and earth cannot stand by itself, cannot give existence to itself, cannot put themselves into an order. They cannot have any will or free choice to decide this way or another way, because they have no such quality. But they are arranged in this way. So, for example, if we are reading this book, so if we say the letters of the book accidentally throughout 20 billion years of development came and on alliance to each other on the same line and became a meaningful book. If someone is that stupid to accept this idea, let them go ahead. Now, because they cannot come together, they cannot arrange themselves in this way. Whereas the one DNA in one cell makes 120 volumes of this book and perfectly arranged. And it is, according to these people, it happened accidentally, adapted themselves to the environment without feeling shy, ashamed of these words they speak back. So shameful, and is it shameful for humanity? I know thought that human beings could really lower themselves to this disgusting
level.
Okay, But we are looking at the things coming into existence, and heaven and earth, they all claim that they stand by the order of the command order of the creator, whoever gave existence, whoever is arranging it. So, and when he calls you, as he is creating us, as we are here, he can create in another form. Because how do we know? But the universe says my creator has no limited power at all, infinite power. My creator has infinite power. That is now human logic is speaking. Can the one who created this universe can create another universe, another type of existence? Not necessarily only this one. Is there any sign that his power is limited to create this kind of order, this kind of universe which has this kind of order, no other order that he can create? Is there any sign? We can see that the order is continuously changing. But the change also is taking under his command within an order. It means everything is at every level of existence under his control, his command. So this one says, okay, I can call you again into existence by a single call. This is Bagel's trumpet is symbolized here in other verses of the Quran, from the earth and come out of your body. Come out of the soul doesn't die. Your law doesn't die. Principles of creation doesn't die. But the body can come out. How? Out of compost, fertilizer, dirty, animal, whatever called a fissette or whatever. And animal thing. So beautiful flower is created. Delicious fruit and vegetables are created. Why not out of earth create another man? Your body. Resurrection is the subject of body resurrection, not spiritual resurrection. Yeah. So can you say that, oh, the one who's doing this out of dirt, creating this beautiful, smelling, nice apricot, yeah, well designed, I don't know, pomegranate, perfectly. Each of them is packed individually. Yeah. All orange, segments of the orange, perfectly arranged. Yeah. Everything is, the liquid is preserved in a very thin, how do you call it, membranes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very fine. Everything is perfectly arranged.
Yeah.
And you can cut it and take each segment, eat it. You don't have to bother about making another packet. It's already packed. So delicate creation, and so respectful to human expectations, human feelings, entertaining us, purpose to die. This one says, I'm going to create another body for you out of your dirt. You see that he's doing it. There's no need to say, no, can't. So that is why it is a single call. He doesn't need to wait. Absolute power doesn't need to take time. So single call from the earth, behold, you straightforward stand up, come forth. It is possible. What is going on here with the blow and the human bodies are raising everything is the explanation or symbolic explanation of this verse. It's obvious. So it is example. We're giving further explanations. Okay? So we can just go actually. Eternal monarch, obedient to his command. Everything is obedient to his command. No, they will immediately don the uniform. Yeah. They will. If I am created, do I have any option that I don't want to exist? Yeah. Even now, people commit suicide. Do you think they can really give an end to their existence? No, they can spoil the order of their life. And God says, okay, if you cut your throat or hang yourself, that my order says you deserve to receive the death. That's my order. If you ask for my order of death, I will give you. That's my promise. That is, the order doesn't change, means death. But are they really giving an end to their existence? No, they are obeying God. Although they say, I don't believe in God and I'm not going to obey God, but while they are committing suicide, they are perfectly obedient to God's order. They cannot get out of the order. So we have to think that, you know, committing suicide or this kind of things, that we at least we are exercising our free will. Yeah, you are exercising our free will by obeying God's will. That is very, very interesting, this one. Yeah. So we will obey the command. We have no choice to go against the order of the commander of the creator, commander of the creator. That's what it is.
Regardless, whatever we do, yeah.
We have to. There's no option, whatever you want to do. Yeah, I'm going to kill you. Yeah, you kill somebody, for example, somebody kills another person by obeying the order. Not that as God creates, the creator of the universe really executes. I will, it happened. If I said, I want to kill this man, so I will die. No one listens to me. So my will is what? Only obeying the order. So in any case, I believe, I deny, I reject, in any case, I am the obedient of the creator's command. They cannot get out of it. So if it says you die, that is his will, I cannot resist either. If he says come out again, I cannot resist either. It's interesting. So there is no way. That's what the Quran says. You cannot find any way to get out of my order. You know, if you want to get out of the order, don't obey the لا تنفذوا إلا بإذن الله or
Surah Rahman, I think.
Yeah, that was the worst there. الله أكبر بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
يا معشر الجن والإنس إن استطعتم أن تنفذوا
يا معشر الجن والإنس إن استطعتم أن تنفذوا من أقطار السماوات والأرض فانفذوا. Go then if you want to go out of the order of the universe. لا تنفذون إلا بالسلطان. It means only if God wills. Otherwise, you cannot get out of the order of the universe. Order of the universe means order of the creator's will. That is what we are learning here. Okay, thank you, Sue.
Interesting. Okay. It's very interesting that I think, you know, when we say everything is within the order of the universe, but at the same time, who does this order belongs to? So like you're saying, obeying the one who sets the order, because I feel at least sometimes one can easily just get lost within, oh yeah, the order of the universe, but the order points to a conscious will, or
choice.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, it's like I'm obeying someone's conscious choice.
Okay.
Okay. Proving and demonstrating this is the same situation displayed by the beings in the barracks of the earth in the spring at the trumpet blast of the angel of thunder. Proving and demonstrating this is the same situation displayed by the beings in the barracks of the earth in the spring at the trumpet blast of the angel of thunder. And from it is understood the infinite grandeur of the sovereignty of dominicality. As is proved in the 10th word, it is certainly, therefore, utterly impossible that the realm of the hereafter and arena of the resurrection and great gathering, which are most definitely demanded by that mercy, wisdom, grace, and justice, should not be inaugurated, and for that infinitely beautiful mercy to be transformed into ugly cruelty, and for that boundless perfection of wisdom to be turned into infinitely faulty futility and purposeless wastefulness, and that sweet grace to be transformed into bitter treachery, and that finally balanced and equitable justice to be turned into severe tyranny, and that utterly powerful and majestic eternal sovereignty to decline, and with the resurrection not occurring for it, to lose all its splendor, and for the perfections of its dominicality to be marred by impotence and defect.
Right. The condition is if resurrection is not going to occur.
Mm.
Yeah, there is mercy, but at the end seems to be if there was no
Useless mercy,
resurrection,
yeah.
the merciful one is killing me.
Mm.
And there is justice, everything's perfectly balanced, but oh, if there was no resurrection, if we should never forget this if clause, if there was no resurrection, all my expectation of justice will fail, fall into, as you said, justice will turn into tyranny. It means torturing me because he gave me the expectations, love of perfect, satisfactory life. And instead, he is killing me and sending me into dirt. If there was no result, it is impossible. All the beautiful qualities that we read, the signs, demonstrating which kind of creator must be the source of existence of this universe. If I think that there is no resurrection, all the beautiful qualities perfect qualities turn into source of torture, tyranny, mercilessness, just opposites. That is why the Quran emphasizes, if someone believes in God, necessarily must believe in the hereafter. Why? If belief in God is not accompanied by belief in the hereafter, this God, however I can understand this God from the signs of the creation, that's what I understand, that there must be a conscious creator. All this beautiful creation demonstrates the beautiful qualities of the creator. And if there was no resurrection, this God is cheating me in every way. Why? Why he should cheat me? Creates me and cheats me. What is he going to gain from it? He is being so generous, but if I think there was no resurrection, I am turning my understanding of God, not a merciful one, not a just one, but merciless tyrant in my mind, because I rejected the belief in the necessity of the hereafter. That's why belief in God necessitates belief in the hereafter. So we have to know what we are believing in God, or what we believe as, when we call that belief in God, and what is really necessitates for me. If the Quran describes belief in God in such a way that even Quran didn't say there is a resurrection, there will be resurrection, I would understand and get the result that, or to conclude that for me, conclude that if the creator of the universe has these qualities, as I see, signs here, under the guidance of the Quran, this creator should not give an end to my existence when I die. That is human logic, necessitates it. But we have to have a proper understanding of the creator of the universe. Not only saying that the universe is a creator, it doesn't necessitate the existence of the hereafter. Which kind of creator is he? I have to see the signs in the creation. Which kind of qualities that creator must have, because the signs are demonstrating it to me, and my intelligence understands it, my feelings confirms it, confirms these signs. And then I must conclude, even if the Quran didn't say it, I will say, this God cannot be a tyrant at all by giving me death ruthlessly. No, there must be something there. There must be something. Transfer. Of course, the examples are created in the world. The seeds seems to be, take the fruit from the tree, even to kill the tree, cut the tree, take the fruit and take the seed from it. The creator says, I can create another one. How? By creating the seed with the potential of becoming a tree again. My seed of feelings potentially are ready to become another created being. My feelings, my bodily resurrection, like the egg of the hen, is different, body. But my spirit is a seed in this example. My spirit says, definitely the one who created me and gave me these feelings must satisfy it. I have no other option but believe in it. That is how consistent the argument we see in the Quran. But alhamdulillah, the way it is presented, by this author makes it clear. Otherwise, we would be believing in the hereafter just because Quran told us that, and we believe in the Quran. Why we are Muslims? So, yeah, simplistic and superficial.
There's a hereafter.
Yeah, whether Quran tells you or not, if you really understand, of course, we cannot understand how we should conclude that the creator of the universe must have these qualities, etc., after hearing the guidance from the Quran. Otherwise, historically, we see that even some of the philosophers, although they interpreted the universe in a materialistic way, but they couldn't believe, they couldn't deny belief in God. There must be something, super being who gave existence. And they say, put this order, put this universe into the order, and then the universe is working themselves. That is their interpretation of it. But we look at the universe, it's continuously changing. It cannot say that it is changing by itself accidentally. Every act of creation is a new creation. That's human mind can understand it, but we have to really get the guidance from God's revelation, speech. So we can say, I learned. As if in this case, the Quran is our teacher. Yeah, we can the textbook, I didn't understand. But if the teacher explains it, you say, yeah, got it, thank you. That's why all people go to school. Why? Because textbooks themselves are not enough. Yeah, then the teaching, training, instructions. That's what we go to school, and the people crazy pay thousands of dollars, and they really suffer from paying back for years and years and years, because no one really have this amount of money ready. They take loan. That's why state arranges all this so that you have to work back. So they know what they are doing. That's their economic plan, and they really try to catch you. But what we understand, human reality, although it costs me a lot, still I go to school. Yeah, training, education. Inshallah. Okay, too much. Right. Okay. Let's go.
This would be completely unreasonable and a compounded impossibility outside the bounds of possibility and false and precluded. Right, so everything just being purposeless, then definitely that's outside the bounds of possibility and false and precluded. Okay, I think we can stop here for today, inshallah. Salat. Huh?
That's the fruits of belief. Actually starting with possibilities.
Mm.
I think I spoke about something. I can't believe.
Alhamdulillah. So inshallah, we'll continue on with the next paragraph next week.
For all those with intelligence.
Yes, inshallah, for all those with intelligence. Okay. Inshallah. Jazakallah khair, everyone, for joining in. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Subhanaka la ilma lana illa ma 'allamtana innaka antal alimul hakim. Glory be unto you. We have no knowledge save except that which you've taught us. Indeed, you're all knowledgeable, all wise. Wa akhiru da'wahum alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen.